Into this very special Great American panel that we have put together. He was a 9/11 FDNY, fire department first responder and survivor. Tim Brown is here. His 23-year-old son James was killed on the 103rd floor of the World Trade Center. He's the president of 9/11 Families for a Secure America. Peter Gadiel is here, and her brother Charles was the pilot of hijacked flight 77 that was flown into the Pentagon on 9/11. Our good friend Deborah Burlingame back with us. Guys, good to see you all. And, you know, this for me is a really special panel to have you here because you guys, you wake up every morning, loved ones gone. And I just wanted to know how you felt when you heard the news yesterday.
Well, it was emotional, to say the least. I felt a great moral victory for this country. Immense pride in our troops that pulled this operation off. And then I thought of my brother because, you know, Chick was a military guy. He did a lot of dangerous flying off carrier decks, and he would have been very proud. But he would have been so angry at what they did to his passengers and crew. And he would have so wanted to be in this fight. And so it took me back to that horrible day. And it juiced me up, frankly, because we're in for a long fight, Sean. And this was a good shot on the arm of morale for the American people. Yeah.
Well, I agree that it is a boost for our morale. It restores some of the luster of this country as a can-do nation. You know, I appreciate the celebration that I've seen around the country today. I can't really join because my son is not coming back, and but I certainly appreciate the emotions of people who are out there celebrating and chanting USA. I agree that, you know, we're in for a long haul, and I'm certainly pleased that this monster is dead.
I was stunned at the announcement when I heard it. It's an emotional roller coaster. I've spoken with a lot of the families and the first responders today. In 1 minute, there's some elation. The next minute, you're in tears. But Jill Regan, who lost her dad, firefighter Donnie Regan from Rescue 3, a friend of mine, summed it up best, I think, when she said, mixed feelings, roller coaster.
By the way, you brought this poster in with you. I want to make sure you explain that.
Yeah, these are the 343 New York City firefighters who were brutally murdered in a plot put together by Osama bin Laden. But Jill said that all she really wants is her dad back through her tears. So I think that's the general feeling of the families. And
you know, you lost your son, you lost your brother, all these, everyone, I would assume the vast majority of these guys, you know, here, these buildings, everyone knows the risk that they may fall down. Everyone can see what's happening. They're helping people out of the building. They go up when everyone else is racing down. It tells you a lot about people, you know, and the strength. And one of the things that I remember at 9/11, you know, on 9/11 and the days after, is that, you know, the stories of heroics, including your brother, you know, and your son, and Todd Beamer's son, and you know, all these people that, you know, laid down their lives, and in that sense, this miserable, evil son of a bitch got what he deserved.
Well, Sean, you know, I was happy to see people going to Ground Zero in the wee hours of the morning because, you know, that memorial's opening this year, and there's going to be a museum down there under, you can't see it now, but it's going to tell all those stories. And I'm thrilled that we're not only going to hear in future generations the story of what happened on 9/11, but the aftermath, who we are, nation, the triumph of decency over depravity is going to be told long after we're gone.
And Deborah, we got to learn the lessons of history.
Yeah.
Or else we're doomed to repeat it.
It's true, but we have to know what the history is, though.
True, an accurate history.
It's right.
All right, when we come back, I want to ask both of you about the burial at sea, because I don't think he deserved it. I agree with Lindsey Graham, who will be on this program tomorrow. And similarly, I want to ask about whether or not it was a mistake, maybe not to get rid of the body so fast, and should they release the pictures. We'll continue more with our special Great American panel coming up next. And we continue now with our Great American panel. Let me ask you about what has since happened. According to, in accordance with Islamic law, bin Laden, his body was taken out. They haven't released the photos yet. and was cleaned, wrapped in linen. There was a service on the aircraft carrier, and he was dumped in the sea. Right decision? Wrong decision?
I don't have a big opinion on that. I think that what is more important is that the Navy SEALs didn't miss. They took care of business. And he is gone. He's in the place where he belongs. And, you know, I'm glad there's not going to be a memorial to him.
No, I agree with that. I'm not sure if the timing was right. And what Lindsey Graham said, sensitivity taken too far. I'm just curious how you feel.
I'd agree with that. This is political correctness gone wild. I mean, the man deserved nothing.
Nothing.
But being tossed into the sea.
Would it be better to show his body to the world, to every two-bit low-life terrorist, that this is your future? We're going to hunt you down, and if it takes a decade, we're going to get you, and we're going to kill you, and you're going to get a bullet in your head.
Do you know how valuable it would be to show a picture of a dead Osama bin Laden with the look of absolute terror on his face? I think that would be, you talk about how this was a morale boost for our country, how demoralizing that would be to the would-be shaheeds that want to die. You know, Osama bin Laden at the end of the day was a coward. He hid behind his wife in the last moments of his life. He sends children out to detonate themselves in suicide bombs. Everybody else to do his dirty work, his dirty blood work. So I think it would be appropriate. And by the way, there's a precedent for it. Remember when Zarqawi was killed in Iraq, the commander on the field in Iraq, very vicious killer. They showed his body. They showed the Saddam's sons. You know, the world won't not come to an end.
Of Saddam.
Yes, and remember, you know,
we're pretty tough. We can handle it.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I think people would applaud it. The more gruesome, the better.
Yes, and these people come from a place in the world where beheadings are done. Okay, so it's not like they are precious either.
I think the political correctness side of it, though, is that, well, this may anger those people that hate our guts already, and I don't see how we can make them any more angry because they're fanatical.
Tired of like trying to get into their heads and what will make them happy. Let's make them get into our heads now. Let's go on the offensive. I mean, I want to say to President Obama, do you see how successful this is when you know, get up and move forward and get aggressive? I mean, what are you prepared to do, man?
Yeah.
Let's go back to interrogating. Let's press these people.
Is that what you wanted to tell President Obama? And I'll ask all of you the same question. We're running out of time. Is that what you would want to tell him?
Yes.
Because especially if this led to the courier that was surrounding, and we didn't find this guy until 2007. We got it through enhanced interrogations or interrogating. Then they found the real identity. Then they found the guy, which led to this. So without strong interrogations, we wouldn't be here.
Yes, I'd say lucky for you, sir, that President Bush didn't get Gitmo closed.
Yeah.
Well, I agree, but I don't think his heart is in this. I think his efforts to close Gitmo over the last few years show his true political colors.
And enhanced interrogation.
Right, exactly.
And he's running for re-election now, so I'm not sure you're going to get him to move on that. It's vitally important that we have an appropriate interrogation technique to keep gleaning this information, and a perfect example just occurred yesterday.
All right. Well, I know this can't bring back your loved ones, 93 of your fellow firemen and your son, but thank you for being here. That's all the time we have left. Greta's next. See you tomorrow.